In 2012, Psy shot to international fame after releasing Gangnam Style. But following that tremendous success, you may be thinking Psy, real name Park Jae-sung, has all but disappeared. Here's what the man behind the biggest K-pop earworm of the decade has been up to. Psy's Gangnam Style didn't just break multiple YouTube records, it broke YouTube, period. The music video was the first to receive over 1 billion views on the platform, and the numbers kept on rising. In December 2014, 2.5 years after Gangnam Style was uploaded, YouTube was forced to make changes to its code to keep up. A YouTube spokesperson told NME, "We never thought a video would be watched in numbers greater than a 32-bit integer, but that was before we met Psy. Gangnam Style has been viewed so many times, we have to upgrade."
Looks like we're gonna have to put it into turbo.
According to Guinness World Records, Gangnam Style quickly became the most liked video ever, as well as the most viewed. But despite these astronomical figures, Psy is no longer the king of YouTube. In 2017, Gangnam Style was dethroned by Wiz Khalifa and Charlie Puth's See You Again, the super popular tribute to the late actor Paul Walker. Responding to the news, Psy tweeted that he was still proud of his achievement. The K-pop star was incredibly humble about passing the torch when he spoke to Billboard. "I've watched See You Again so many times. Great video, and foremost, it's a great song." While Psy has enjoyed the spotlight and the perks that come with fame, he confessed to the Sunday Times in 2013 about his alcohol intake. His attitude about drinking proved to be shocking, particularly in light of the constant positive press surrounding his name. Psy explained, "If I'm happy, I'm drinking. If I'm sad, I'm drinking. If it's raining, I'm drinking. If it's sunny, I'm drinking." He claimed the only time he's not attached to booze is, quote, when he's hungover. The interview also exposed his constant smoking habit, something that's thought to ruin a singer's voice. It's important to note that a writer for K-pop stars revealed the singer-rapper's perceived drinking problem may be a matter of, quote, cultural misunderstanding in the West, citing a 2012 World Health Organization report which found that South Korea had the second highest rate of alcohol consumption at the time. They wrote, "Why would a man whose fame and success depend on his likable personality admit to the world that he is a raging alcoholic? Simple. He didn't. Throughout his career, he has been rather outspoken about his patriotism and undying love for his motherland. This also means that Psy embraces all aspects of his heritage and culture, and yes, that includes excessive drinking." When Psy was interviewed by the Daily Beast in 2017, tensions between North and South Korea were at a high. Kim Jong-un was ramping up his anti-South and anti-American rhetoric at the time, so the North Korean leader inevitably came up during the conversation. Psy refused to be drawn into a political debate, telling the website that he wanted everything to be figured out in a, quote, very calm and safe fashion, so tragedies could be avoided. He stated, "As a Korean citizen, I want peace. That's all I can say. I want permanent peace. I want the North and South to be good." It was a sensible response from a man who isn't exactly known for his diplomacy, but it wasn't enough to convince his own government that sending him to the North was a good idea. In 2018, a host of K-pop star crossed the DMZ for a landmark concert in Pyongyang, watched by Kim Jong-un in person. Despite the fact that Gangnam Style is the most successful K-pop song in the US in terms of platinum awards, Psy wasn't invited. A South Korean government rep explained via Korean Portal, "There's an image that this side, North Korea, is imagining, and he would stand out too much from that image." After putting South Korea in the international spotlight, the country tapped Psy to be its tourism ambassador in 2013. Instead of a hefty payday, the music star accepted the minimum payment. Psy's appointment replaced Kenny G, who, oddly enough, was the face of South Korean tourism in 2012. At the time, Psy wasn't a stranger to important duties, as he had held the same honorary title for Seoul's Gangnam District in 2012. His appointment also opened doors for other business deals, most notably his ambassadorship for Asiana Airlines for 2013. In December 2015, Psy released his long-awaited 7th studio album, the title of which translates to "This is Psy's 7th album." Aware it would be nearly impossible to top his previous record, the musician reportedly felt immense pressure to succeed and fell into a dark depression. He told Entertainment Weekly at the time, "I'm not an Adele. After Gangnam Style, I was really happy, but sometimes I was not happy because that's my lifetime biggest song, and I'm not going to top that song forever." For a while, Style, I kind of felt a little bit of pressure, like, how can I top that one? I thought about being me, not the Gangnam guy, or whatever. I was focused on finding myself. Though the album didn't top his past successes stateside, Psy's new K-pop singles were very well received at the 2015 Mnet Asian Music Awards. Psy may not be the household name he once was in the US, but elsewhere in the world and online, his dance tracks and signature capri pants are still tapping toes and turning heads. The video for his 2015 smash single Daddy attracted hundreds of millions of YouTube views and a spot on the US charts. According to Billboard, Psy's accompanying seventh studio album was his first to debut on the top dance electronic albums charts. The project also showcased more A-list collaborations, including an Ed Sheeran remix and a feature with will.i.am. But Psy hasn't been spending as much time in the US and European markets. Truth be told, there's more money to be made elsewhere. BBC News reported in 2015, having earned an estimated $55 million from his work in the West, Psy is now racking up similar amounts from the lucrative Chinese market, where his collaboration with world-class pianist Lang Lang is currently producing a run of consecutive number ones. Psy's decision to focus on the Asian music market may be an indication of where the entertainment industry turns over the highest profits for musicians. China's entertainment market was last valued at $95.7 billion. How's that for a mic drop?
Boom! Drop the mic.
In 2015, NPR reported that the Gangnam Style singer became embroiled in a very public controversy over an experimental coffee shop called Takeout Drawing. Psy used his K-pop fortune to buy an entire building in the Hanamdong neighborhood of Seoul and decided he wanted to renovate and replace the art house cafe within it with a franchise. Choi So-yeon, who owned the cafe, explained, "He's not a good building owner. I like Starbucks too, but it would be good to have different types of cafes. Some that manage the space like ours." The battle between Psy and Choi raised fresh concerns about gentrification in South Korea's capital city, but the musician's lawyer claimed that he was being more than fair. Psy's lawyer, K.S. Chong, explained, "Psy wanted them to leave very peacefully. He offered some money to compensate for their moving, but they denied. He was very, very frustrated." In the end, the courts sided with Psy, which would have forced Choi to pack up and get out. According to the Korea Herald, he was ordered to pay Psy around $55,000, but Psy decided to let the business stay after all. By the time he started working on his 8th album, Psy was well and truly over the Gangnam Style phase of his career. He admitted that he'd started to actively avoid the swanky Seoul district during a 2015 press conference, and later revealed that he'd made an effort to get back to his musical roots on 2017's 4 × 2 = 8. Speaking to Reuters, the eccentric rapper-singer said he didn't want to, quote, linger in the past with this album, saying, "I'm not one to make 2, 3, 4 versions of Gangnam Style because I'm hung up on its fame." He went on to compare his global success to an addiction of which he was glad to rid himself. "Like when you throw a party, it takes some time for that excitement to die down after it's over. I think it took a while for that exhilaration to subside." Psy has learned to stop caring about YouTube views, but he still wants his videos to be remembered. He told Billboard while promoting 4 × 2 = 8, "I have a dream that one day my music videos will be known like Jim Carrey movies or the Jackie Chan movies of the music video industry." The dance featured in the video for lead single New Face was nominated for an award at the 2017 Mnet Award, but lost out to Taemin's Move. In 2018, Psy parted ways with YG Entertainment after 8 years with the company. YG gave Psy its full blessing, affirming that the relationship that existed between the company and its former artist would, quote, continue forever regardless of a contract. YG also hinted that Psy could be starting his very own label since he was free to do so, and that's exactly what he did. In January 2019, Psy launched P Nation, which he promised would be a playground for passionate players chasing their dreams.
You deserve more than this. Go follow your dream.
Psy had been flirting with creating his own record label for a while, but he chose to bide his time. Speaking to Billboard in April 2019, the Gangnam Style singer said that he was ready to share everything he'd learned with the next generation of K-pop stars. Psy stated, "As we're talking, K-pop is really huge and it's not domestic anymore. Right now, a lot of young kids dream about being a K-pop star. When I sign young kids these days, I meet their parents and they're really different from my parents. They're so supportive. The world's been changing. K-pop has done a great job, and that's why so many parents are so supportive." The first artist Psy signed to P Nation was Jessie, a Korean-American idol who was raised in New Jersey. She rose to fame in Korea with appearances on reality TV shows like Unpretty Rap Star, earning a reputation as an aggressive, no-nonsense rapper. She told OSCN, "I can see how people would get scared by the way I came across. However, I'm not really like that. I'm human, so I would lose my temper and get tired, but I also have fun and take care of the younger ones." Psy has seen her more sensitive side and intended to harness that once the pair took on the American market together. While speaking to Billboard, the P Nation founder and CEO hinted that Jessie, whose 2017 single Gucci racked up over 18 million views on YouTube, was capable of making commercial pop music. Psy said, "She raps in English very well. Not right now, but in the near future, I'm thinking of making some good US songs as well. She's from the States and has a lot of global ideas. My job is choosing and concentrating Jessie's big ideas into the best they can be." Psy turned his attention to recruiting some more traditional K-pop idols to his new label. Hyun-ah had already been around the industry for a long time, debuting as part of Wonder Girls in 2007 before joining five-piece girl group 4 Minute. She was able to continue as a solo artist when 4 Minute disbanded, partly because of Gangnam Style. Psy told Billboard, "After Gangnam Style, we were close friends, and I have a habit that if I team up a friend, I imagine how would I work with them. I thought of a lot of projects for Hyun-ah just by myself. Hyun-ah's a great performer." Hyun-ah became a free agent in 2018 when her relationship with label mate Lee became public knowledge. Dating was a big no-no in K-pop, so both idols were dropped by Cube Entertainment. The company's loss was Psy's gain as he signed them both. As far as he's concerned, his artists are free to date whomever they like. Psy stated, "They were in love before meeting me. That's a really delicate thing. They are very good-looking. I mean, every idol is very good-looking. They are young, they are so talented, and, it's human nature. If you're good-looking, talented men and women, you're inevitably going to feel good feelings about each other."